Hello and welcome to USTS, the Ultimate Sports and Training Show. I'll be your host for today's show, Bob Lemire. Joining me on today's show, I think I'll call him the dynamic duo of all media, Alexxis Lemire and Alex Wasabi. Welcome to the show.
Thanks
for having us.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Alex. Alex just flew in from California
I did.
just a couple hours ago, right? But
Yeah, last night.
Yeah,
Last
late
night,
yeah.
And I'd like to say he flew in just for my show, but that'd be a white lie, I guess. But we got a good show here today, and these two are incredible. Wait till you hear this story. And most young people, but most young people will know these two, all over the internet, YouTube. Instagram, whatever. I'm losing track. I don't know. We're going to talk about that. Before we start, let's start with Alexi. And you were on the show.
Like a year ago now.
Was it a year?
Almost to the day. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just filling everybody what's going on in a little part of your life and some of the movies you did.
A lot of people know me from the half of it on Netflix. Right. I did a film called Truth or Dare, which is also on Netflix. And then I had a film come out this year called Torn Hearts that I did with Katie Seagal. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just kind of, back to the auditioning grind. And just doing that. And it slows down, obviously, for the holidays. So right. I've been able to kind of take a little bit of a minute. And
have
get
a little
back
fun. Have some fun.
Yeah.
Not like acting's not fun.
Yeah.
So, Alex, a little about yourself. I mean, you can go on for hours, but
I grew up in North Carolina, and I've been doing YouTube for almost 17 years. So almost over half of my life. And I've done little cameos and stuff. Like I was in an episode of iCarly. I was in a Tyler Perry Halloween movie. I was a zombie in a Resident Evil movie.
We were just talking about that last night.
Yeah. But mostly YouTube. I've been doing YouTube, and YouTube changes a lot.
Yeah.
Right now I'm in YouTube boxing.
Right.
Yeah.
YouTube boxing.
Oh yeah.
And I was just telling Alex and Lexi. You don't mind me calling you Lexi, my little Lexi, right?
You've called me Lexi since I was like
forever,
like a baby.
Yeah. How long have you been going out together now? 6 months?
9 months.
9 months.
Yeah.
And when your mother and Jimmy, your father, said, Lexi got a new boyfriend. I go, oh, really? Yeah. And, he's a boxer. And my eyes opened up, the smile on my face. I looked at Jimmy. I said, oh, there we go. Because as I say, we come from a boxing family or a fighting family, whether it's taekwondo or boxing. So you can relate. We can relate. And we're going to talk about that boxing. But so everywhere I look now, like I just met Alex 5 minutes ago, all right, before the show. He just came from California. And but it's like I know you. Just on everything. Well, Instagram. What are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah.
Those are kind of
Those are
the main
things.
two.
TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok,
A little
yeah.
bit of
Oh,
TikTok.
yeah. And what else? There's probably 800 other things, you know. Because I'm like, I got them all because of the kids. You know, you guys and my other grandchildren. And I'm like, there they are.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, and you wouldn't know, I know you guys wouldn't know, but back in the day when there were 3 channels on TV, there was comedians, all right? Or there were two, woman and a man comedy group. Still Lemire. You had Archie and Edith. You had Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. I don't know if you remember them, right? George and Gracie. But they were just on 3 channels.
Yeah.
All right? And they were like, you guys are on everything. And even movies.
Yeah.
You know? So
there's just so many platforms and outlets now. It's
just
it's
fun,
almost like bombarding.
But you do skits.
Everywhere.
Who's making up the skits? Both of you?
No, he does.
A lot of the skits?
He's been doing it for, like you said, for YouTube.
They
for
get
like
crazier
17
and
years.
crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 I was watching one the other day. I don't know what you were going to party with all your friends. You was up here, I think,
Uh-huh.
and you decided to spy somebody in the parlor.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It was my brother's bachelor party,
Oh, okay.
and
yeah.
I was like, "We're gonna spar for you," and he was like, "What?" And we're like, it's like gladiators, like
Yeah.
we're gonna fight. And
all
then-
guys. All
Yeah.
guys in the room.
Yeah.
And you guys went at it for 2 minutes.
3 minutes. Yeah, we did.
3
yeah.
minutes. Did anybody get a shot? I mean, I was looking, and it looked like somebody, but you can't kill each other.
Well, he's a MMA fighter and I'm a boxer, so I was just keeping it at whatever
Keeping him
level he
distance.
wanted.
Yeah,
to.
okay.
Yeah.
So if he wanted to go harder, I would go harder.
That can get crazy. Now, was he a friend?
Yeah, he's a childhood friend, but he was doing MMA his whole life, so he would always beat us up when we were little, or he'd be like, "Let's wrestle," and then he would just like injure us pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, "It's my turn now. I can fight."
Well, you had a little height on him, maybe.
Yeah,
a
I had
little,
I had some height on him, I had some reach on him, and we weren't going too hard.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like a good sparring match. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
if someone got a shot, it was getting a shot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
no headgear.
Yeah, no headgear.
Any mouthpiece?
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
mouthpiece.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
for
God,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting over a concussion.
Well, yeah, that's been
while back,
Yeah, it's
a
a while
while
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need headgear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you got that, now you give him a shot and he gives you that right.
Yeah.
Bingo. You know?
Yeah.
But you're feeling good, and you're getting ready for something coming up. Or?
Oh yeah. Next year I'm hoping to fight at least like 3 or 4 times.
Nice. No, that's professional.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah.
It's professional.
My first fight, I've only had one fight so far.
Excellent.
So,
Yeah.
I think it was either 12 ounce. I think it was 12-ounce gloves and no headgear, but it wasn't 10-ounce gloves. So now it's 10-ounce gloves, which, I mean, it's still a big difference, but it's only 2-ounce difference. But my coach is like, 10-ounce gloves feels like a fist. So
I think you'll feel it. Yeah. I feel like
know-
it's maybe it doesn't seem that big, but
People
Yeah.
don't realize who never box or ever put on a glove. When you put 10-ounce gloves, because I did one professional fight and one amateur fight. Golden gloves amateur and a professional up in Maine. And you put 10-ounce gloves on and someone hits you, might as well hit you in the face with a bat.
yeah,
It'd be better if they hit you with the knuckles because they'd be worried about,
hurting
the-
themselves. Yeah.
With these things, so people look at the gloves. Oh, they got gloves on. You really?
Yeah.
And underneath, you're wrapped like cement.
right. Right.
That's how you get hit.
That's
That's-
why it's hard for me to believe that UFC fighters, they have like nothing.
They got nothing.
They got
Yeah.
nothing.
Right.
That's
But they're going in so many directions.
Yeah.
They want to go to takedowns and stuff. So the boxing is unless they give you a good shot, anything's going to happen. That's I never, all these years, I never got into the MMA and stuff.
Me either.
I just did. I won't even get into it. I only because I was a boxer in Taekwondo, and there were certain rules, and it wasn't mayhem. And when you watch him, it's like tough, isn't it?
Well, I wasn't really around for the first fight. We started dating directly
all right,
after,
all
like
right,
maybe
yeah.
like a week or two after.
Right.
And then he was supposed to have his fight, which, I was around for like the training process, which was definitely difficult. But I haven't really seen it too much. I actually asked him to go to his gym before I left, just to watch him spar a little bit with other people, just
Yeah.
because I think it makes it a little bit easier for
Yeah.
me to just like
You get
see
used
what
to it,
he's
yeah.
doing, and you get used to it a little bit. But yeah, I definitely think that when the time does come when
It's tough.
he is actually
Yeah.
in the ring, it's definitely going to be a different energy.
And the
for me.
ring will be in a venue, or will it be just on YouTube? Like, will it-
it could be live streamed probably.
Live stream, yeah.
Most
Okay.
likely. Usually it's live streamed, but the training portion, the camp that I go through is where it gets hard for us.
It's grueling.
Of course
because-
it is.
Yeah.
But if you don't,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah.
get hurt.
Yeah. I
But
mean, yeah.
I just come home exhausted.
Of course.
It
And
was,
you have to.
It was hard because we went through that within the first couple months of us dating. So I feel
He
like
was
we,
sweet.
we jumped from, going from like a honeymoon stage where it
Boom.
was like, into something very just like serious and
Right.
grueling and just
Right.
difficult. He was literally tired 24/7. He would get up at 6 in the morning, go train with the pros, and then he would go to actual training, and then he would do strength and conditioning after that. And it was just like, and he would come home and would have like nothing to give. And there were a couple points where I was like, do you still like me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's hard.
you had to get rest for your next day to do it again.
Yeah.
And if you're not ready, because the next guy's trying as hard as you,
Yeah.
and if you train harder,
Yeah.
you won't get hurt.
Yeah.
You know, it's those guys are going in, I know what I'm doing. Or a lot of times champions think they're so good, they relax a little. And that's where somebody comes up out of nowhere, or someone who really has the heart, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
You know, but that's so cool. Now, did you ever down the road you ever think of getting together in or could you get together in a movie or is that something anyone ever talked to?
We've actually talked about it before.
That'd be the coolest.
I think hopefully we could do something like that. I think it would be a lot of fun to work together and have our worlds kind of collide.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because you've done it. You've got seasoned.
Yeah.
You're definitely seasoned.
Yeah.
And things are coming in. You're doing auditions now. There's some. We won't talk about some of the stuff, but because I don't know. You always have to tell me I can't talk about that, which is good. I mean, because you gotta.
I don't really like to tell people anything unless I've booked it, just
Right.
because things can even that sometimes
Right,
you know.
right. The last minute, anything
things can
happen.
get kind of wiped
Right.
out
But
from underneath you. So yeah, I tend to just kind of keep quiet until something is actually happening, and then then I let you guys know.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I know everybody gets excited. You
Yeah.
can't wait. It's like it takes too long. Get it done. Come on.
I
come on.
know it does take a long time.
So YouTube, I see is both. You're on YouTube with him.
With him. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have like my own channel or anything like that.
So you have your own YouTube channel.
I do, yeah.
And what's the channel again? What's the,
Wasabi.
Wasabi?
Yeah.
All right. WASSIB.
ABI.
ABI.
Yeah. It's
Wasabi.
2 S's.
All right. That's easy enough for everyone to listen. And
Yeah.
so, what do you just every day you try to figure out different skits or different things about your life?
I've been recently posting once or twice a week, so I just try to think of things to do. The last video that's coming out Saturday. Is that tomorrow?
That's
No.
Yeah, today's Friday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow is the girlfriend tag, which is like I just asked my girlfriend a bunch of questions if she remembers about me or like where was our first date and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
That comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, because I see you have a lot of those little game show things going on and stuff, and a lot of followers. I look to see how many followers. Go, whoa! Look what's going on these two. Well, that's what I'm saying. Once you have the followers, like on everything you're in, the movie producers and they must see all that, saying, "Wow, people are watching these guys."
Yeah, I think to an extent it does play a part, but I don't know. I think we're kind of, I hope, in that industry moving back to a point where it's really just about the work and the talent.
Right.
Because that's all I want. That's
Yeah.
all I have wanted.
Yeah. And you get seasoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's so cool.
But I mean, to some extent, it does play a factor, especially when you have like these big, superstars, going in.
Well,
a lot
Katie
of the times
Seagal.
they'll just
Right.
get straight offers, for certain reasons. So, but yeah, the YouTube is really his wheelhouse. So I'm kind of just along for the ride.
And I see the fun you guys are having.
Yeah.
But so what happens with the, I'm old, but I mean, I'm not, you got YouTube and then you have, will the same stuff go on Instagram and will the same stuff go on TikTok? Or is that a whole different thing? Because I'm seeing stuff everywhere.
Yeah. Well, we'll do YouTube and then I'll promote it on Instagram and all this stuff. Or like we went to Hawaii and I filmed it. And then we'll also take pictures from Hawaii, so they kind of go together.
Yeah.
It's more just like documenting my life.
Okay, so you can, if you're on YouTube, you can plug Instagram, and if you're on Instagram, you can plug it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
So you're getting different people
Yeah.
bouncing around.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's fun. And you're going to be meeting the family today.
I am.
I'm going to get and it's so cool. Just all the grandchildren, my grandchildren and the nieces and nephews and whatever, they'll be excited to meet you because they've been watching you like I said, I've been watching you for 10 months, 9 months, going, wow, it's like I know this kid.
I know.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, and I was talking to you and I was talking to Jimmy and Hill, same personalities, guys.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! As nutty as she is, you can be nutty, and then you're laughing at it. Say, "Oh yeah, you? Oh really?" I saw one of them, and you had a knife in your hand. You had 2 knives in your hand.
Oh, the video
Which
that we
one?
did with Noah and Ted. The
The action scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was it. No, did you put that together? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or we kind of like
Choreographing was pretty cool.
We thought about it, and then I had a professional martial arts stuntman friend that helped us put it together. But I was like,
Right.
I kind of want to do something where like she attacks me and I dodge it, and then I spin her around, and then
And then
he's
she
like,
spins
"Oh,"
around, and
he's
she's.
like, "Oh." Yeah, he's like, okay, here's 2 knives. I was like,
Oh.
Were those real knives?
No, they're just prop knives.
They look nice. No, because I've always done tournaments and exhibitions. No, you
Yeah.
know, exhibitions. Never, ever used a real knife.
Yeah.
Always rubber.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
One wrong move.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It still hurts. I think it was like wooden, and then it's painted silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still hurts. Like
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you get hit with it.
Oh yeah. Well, see, we always had the rubber.
Yeah.
So if I went into your chest,
It would just bend.
It'd bend.
Yeah.
You know, but yes, so the wooden could. Oh my eye.
Yeah.
There was a point where she had to like stab back and
I
I was
saw
behind her,
that.
and then in one of the takes I forgot to like catch
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So I was like, oh,
I
and it got
stopped
like
myself,
right here.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
I was like, honey, you're supposed to stop me.
I'm not a
He
professional.
was like, I forgot.
even with even a rubber one in the eye. Anything
Oh,
in the
yeah.
eye, yeah.
Not fun.
But see, now that's funny because now are you still pursuing any kind of acting career on TV or any other? Or do you have an agent?
I do, but my acting stuff has come from like YouTube, so it's not like
Right.
I ever had a big role, but I've done
Just that you were
like
doing.
cameos, and they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
because
yeah.
of who I am, they're like,
Right.
oh, can you be in it? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't done anything too much. I was in this thing for The Rock. He was producing something for Hulu, and I can't remember what it was. Oh no, not Light as a Feather. It was I don't remember. Like
Yeah.
I've been doing this for so long, I don't remember what it's called.
That's cool though. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, you know what it is. You get comfortable, and you get seasoned. You know, I mean, Katie Seagal said that about you, right?
Yeah.
She's a seasoned actress. This little girl.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And we're waiting for the half of it. We're waiting for the sequel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Now I got a
Yeah.
question.
Uh-huh.
Everybody wants it.
I know.
We got to know what happens when she comes back from school.
Yeah.
And if that what would you call it? Producer? Was it
Director?
the director?
She was the director, writer, producer.
All right. So if
Yeah.
she don't want to do it, can't someone else pick it up? Or is that just
I mean, honestly, but if that were the case,
You
I
would-
don't think that I would hop on.
Oh,
I
okay.
think part of what made the half of it what it was
her.
was her. I mean, Alice Wu's just she's brilliant.
Alice
and
Wu.
Alice Wu, yeah, she's brilliant, and she's just so meticulous. And I think like she's not gonna just throw a script
Right.
and slap a movie on Netflix just to do it.
She thinking? You think she's?
I
you ever talked to her?
honestly, I really don't know, but I also think that she is comfortable with the ending that it had regardless. So I think, I mean, either way,
Yeah.
but I really don't know. I get questioned on the daily. Like everyone's like, "Oh my God, is there another one?" And
It's
I'm
a
like,
cult.
I really don't know.
It was
Like
a-
if I had the
yeah.
answers for you, I'd help you out, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
You wouldn't tell us anyway until it happened.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, but it's like a cult following.
yeah,
I mean,
to an extent.
when I go on Facebook or Instagram, and I think I'm talking to you, there's 8 million Alexxises, blah, blah, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's not her.
Yeah.
It's a fan club. It's another person who's a fan. Do you get the same thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So
a
they
bunch
take
of-
your name,
Oh yeah.
That's- yeah.
but rearrange it a little,
Yeah.
and no one knows. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's why we have the verified checks
Yeah.
so that people know like if they're actually talking to us or not.
You've told me about the verified check,
Yeah.
but you know me.
I know.
What's that? So, okay, I'll friend you.
Yeah.
I'll friend you. Now I'm
Yeah.
getting, and when I get something from Facebook and Instagram for you, all your pictures are there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they got everything. So
Well, Pep, I don't have a Facebook. So
you don't have
if
Facebook.
you ever think
I
you're
don't use
talking to me
Facebook
on
either.
Facebook, you're not.
Do you?
Because I don't have
No.
Facebook.
Well, no,
I think
why?
I might have. I think I might have like
I have like a page.
business one.
Like a
Yeah, but I
page.
I never get on it.
Yeah, me
Can,
neither.
can I ask you guys why? It seems like the older people like Facebook, but the younger people floated away from.
I think it's just Instagram really kind of
I
took
think,
over.
Yeah, it's with the times. Like when Facebook first came out, everybody was on Facebook.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
And then it just so many things came out that became the older one. So
Right.
like it was one of the first ones, so I think all the older people just stuck with that,
Oh,
and then
gosh,
we
yeah.
moved on
You
to the
moved
new
on.
ones, Yeah,
It's still big, right?
Yeah, it's
Instagram's
still
kinda,
huge, yeah.
it's standing the test of
Facebook
time for
and-
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought by now it might have kind of simmered down and something else would come out that
Yeah.
would
See,
take its place. But
Yeah, I like the fact that all my friends and family are on
Mm-hmm.
it, and I get to talk, and I watch their kids grow up,
Mm-hmm.
and not
Yeah.
not Facebook, but you guys, I
Yeah.
watch your whole everything that's happening. So it's like if I don't see you for a year,
yeah,
I know exactly what's going on.
yeah,
and that's what I think is so cool. That's why I jumped on Instagram. I jumped on what's the other-
TikTok and
TikTok. TikTok's
Facebook, yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I know. That's definitely a more of a Gen Z driven app for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's a little chaotic.
it's chaotic.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, I get on it because I want to see what you guys do because I'm friends with it, and it's like I got 8 million other people doing crazy stuff. I'm
Yeah.
going, wow. and even my little granddaughter, 10 years old, although she's restricted.
yeah,
But wow, what a crazy! You don't have that on
yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
What about Twitter? No Twitter? Do you guys do that?
A little bit,
Yeah.
but not as much as like my friends do. They're on it all the time. I just like never got the hang of it.
No, I
I'm
didn't.
not a
Like-
big Twitter
No,
person.
I don't.
either.
I'm not even on it.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't have one for years. I ended up just getting one like a couple years ago just because, but I didn't have one for like a really long
Right.
time.
Right.
I just didn't care to.
So you're gonna start training. Or you've already started training for your boxing,
I'm always training a little bit.
right? So you're gonna.
But camp starts like whenever I get a fight solidified. So I don't have one right now,
Right.
but I'm in talks with a couple, so we'll see if we can make it happen.
and
Even if I did have one, I couldn't say.
no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But you plan on a couple of fights this year.
Yeah.
Now, if I want to watch it, all right, because believe me, I know you guys think that we all know what we're doing when it comes to following a YouTuber. Not a clue, right? My age, anyway. And so if you're gonna have a fight, how would I know and how would I watch that fight? And is it a pay thing? Did you have to pay to watch that fight?
You probably have to pay a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not as much as like the pros, but
Yeah.
if you ever want to find out what I'm doing, follow my Facebook.
Yeah.
No, I don't post on
He's
Facebook.
joking.
Just follow my Instagram.
Instagram,
Usually,
yeah.
I'll put everything on there. I'll have the links for the live stream, when the fight's gonna happen, where it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last fight was in London, but
Right.
they've had fights in Texas and Florida and
Right, okay.
LA, so it could be anywhere.
And you say it's a YouTube thing, though.
Yeah,
All right. A lot of other fights that same day or the same night?
Oh,
Or-
yeah.
So it's a whole card.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. What's your weight class?
So with YouTube, it's a little different. So we kind of just agree on a fight. Like I walk around like 170. So like if I was to fight, I would usually fight at like 154 or 147.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah.
but I walk around like 170 and I fought at 170.
Yeah.
So
that's tough.
I prefer to fight like 165 or 160, but
Right.
we kind of just negotiate with whoever the people want to see.
Right.
So if they want to see me fight this guy, I'm like, okay, you want to fight me? What weight can we do? Because you're like 30 pounds heavier, so
Right.
you come down 20, I'll go up 10, or like, and it's
And-
hard. Gaining weight is hard.
And it slows you
Yeah.
down. You're not used to it.
Yeah.
It's better to go down.
Yeah.
Always
yeah.
better to go down.
It's so much easier.
And the thing is, going down, you're getting in shape.
Yeah.
So you're burning calories.
Yeah.
You eat right. You're buffed.
Yeah.
You know, you got to go up. Oh, man, I got to start eating.
Yeah.
And then this is where it goes,
Yeah.
right in that,
Yeah.
right in the midsection.
And
You know.
I had to go up. So I was 162. Then I went up to 170 for my last fight. And then I was supposed to fight again last year. And then they wanted me to go to 180. And I was like, oh, I just came up.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's do it. So then I was like eating nonstop, just eating just bison patties. Like
Oh,
she
this
would make me
poor
just
kid. It was
bison
bad.
patties. There was
yeah.
no sides, no
Just
nothing.
straight meat. I would just
Just
literally
straight.
take a slab of bison and put it on the thing
On the plate,
on
and
a
I would just
plate,
eat it
and
by
you would
itself.
Just eat it.
So there's a lot of
meat.
protein,
A lot of protein.
a
yeah.
lot of
lot.
fat
Yeah.
to it.
But the problem was I couldn't run as much as I wanted
No.
to.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to run more, but I can't like lose this weight.
Right.
And he would be full and then be like, I have to eat in another hour. And I can't even
Yeah, see,
think
that's-
about eating right now.
Unless you're gonna make a lot of money on it,
Yeah.
or it's a great fight, you got to go lower.
Yeah.
It's so much easier
Yeah.
for you. You can eat, but you're working
Yeah.
out.
I
It
definitely
don't-
think that was a learning curve.
Yeah,
trying to
I'm
go up
never
that
gonna
much in
agree to
weight.
go up that much.
It was
No.
a lot.
And you know the guy you're fighting comes in, so you're 170, you're 180, and you really try to.
Yeah,
He's 185.
he's gonna blow up.
But he's probably even heavier than that.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at this guy, and he's got 5 or 6 inches on you. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
It's happened in the Taekwondo tournaments, and I like, oh, who is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
The guy's a Johnny. He's got me by 30 pounds.
That's how I got a concussion because I
Yeah.
was so he was like 210 and I was 165, 170, and I went up to 180, or I tried to go up to 180. I got to like 177, and then I was sparring guys that were like 195, 200 because he's coming down to 180, but he's gonna blow back up. Like when I weigh in
Right.
at 180, I'm probably just gonna be at 180, and I maybe a little less by
Right.
fight night. So I was preparing that way, and I was just fighting these big dudes, and just got rocked a few too many times.
Yeah.
Because they've got that much strength and bulk on you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And then it's a learning curve.
yeah.
How bad was the concussion?
It was pretty bad. I was throwing up, and like I had headaches, and I thought I had COVID. And then
Yeah.
I got tested and nothing. So a few days after, like the headaches started and they didn't go away,
Yeah.
I went to doctor, and he's like, "Oh yeah,
Wow.
you, my friend, are concussed."
Right.
And I was like, "Nice."
Nice.
But it sucked because it was a big payday.
Yeah. And then he was training
I know,
so
I know.
much,
Training
and
like
it
3
was
times a
just,
day,
I
and
know,
then
yeah.
for nothing.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's never for nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
when
starting at
right.
0. Yeah,
Right.
You're not starting at 0, and you're always learning a little here and there, especially when you're sparring.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're learning how,
It was just disappointing.
it's
all
disappointing.
Around.
That's
It sucks,
part of the
but
game.
At the end
Mhm.
of the day, it's like you know, health comes first.
Yeah.
So
Always.
Yeah.
And it's the
Always,
YouTube world. So like
Right.
in real fighting, they'd be like, "Oh, people get injured. That's what happens."
happens.
And then
Yeah.
in the YouTube world, they're like, "No, conspiracy,
He pulled
conspiracy.
out."
He pulled out. He's scared." And then
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yo, I had the doctor's note and everything."
yeah, it's so frustrating
But
too because all you
it's
want to
just
do
frustrating.
is I want to just jump in all the
Yeah.
time because you're talking about someone I care about. I just want to be like, yo,
Yeah.
or you have to just let them do their
I wanted to
thing.
post the doctor's note because everybody's like, "Post the doctor's note, post the doctor's note." And then I'm getting like,
yeah.
people are telling me don't post it. Like, it's not, you don't have to.
No.
Like,
Haters are gonna hate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if you did that,
Even
they
if
would
I
find
did.
something wrong
Yeah.
with that.
They're
you
gonna be
know?
like, I don't approve of this doctor's note. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You didn't go to med school. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's think of all the people out there, and not 90, a lot of them are jealous. They're sitting
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they're sitting it like this
It's
with a
Twitter
beer
fingers.
with a beer in their hands,
Yeah.
right, with an ice cream, and they're gonna bust your chops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't even.
You just
bother.
you got to let them do what they're gonna do,
Yeah,
and yeah,
it's part of the game.
yeah.
It's part of the game.
Doesn't make it easy though.
But you get hard.
Yeah.
You know, you've gone through it. I mean, people going, oh, no, that is. Yeah, you do it. You try it. Oh,
Yeah.
And you do get hard, and as you get the older you get, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go have fun with your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just keep going. You just
Yeah.
keep going. Well, it's nice that you have a good attitude, right? It's nice when you're together and you can bounce off each other, isn't it? It is. It is. And it's not all cherries and and roses and stuff, but that's life. But to help each other with, once she gets a role, and you're gone. What happens with that now? Oh, with shooting a movie, you don't see him for.
Well,
Luckily, my job is very flexible, so I
Yeah.
can come visit.
Okay, yeah,
yeah, that's
jump
yeah,
up.
because we've talked about that too. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, there are gonna be times where I'm gonna be,
bongos. Yeah,
somewhere
yeah,
random, shooting for a few months, and he was like, well, then I just come out and visit.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's good.
We're hoping that one day when I have a camp, it lines up with her movie, and
Yeah, and we're
as
both
soon as she
just-
gets booked,
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
I'm gonna
cool?
look for a fight. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm free for a
So
fight.
he's
Let's
just
do it.
Yeah,
Busy,
yeah.
busy,
Yeah.
busy, and we're both just working.
right,
And
yeah.
then we
Yeah.
come
And no
back together.
distractions.
Yeah.
No distractions. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. And it happens. I mean, and whatever, if it does, it does, and doesn't. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're playing for it.
I think it's cool either way though, because even during your last camp, I really kind of indulged myself in working out,
started working
and
out
I started
hard.
working out really hard. I was doing 2-a-days. I was
Yeah.
going to the gym at 5, 6 in the morning with our friends, and then I'd come back and we'd go on a run, or
Yeah.
it was fun.
Because you weren't working out like that when you were on my show last year.
No, I wasn't. I was a runner for years and
Right,
years and
right.
years and years, and then I just kind of realized that it wasn't right for my body what I was doing to it.
Too much.
And it just wasn't like healthy for me the way that I was eating. And then on top of that, just running, and I just wasn't seeing the results that I wanted to see. And then I started lifting. I cut out gluten out of my diet, cut out dairy out of my diet, cut out a lot of sugar out of my diet.
Yep.
And then just started lifting, and I started seeing like results. So it was really cool.
You have a coach?
No, I just go with our friends, and our friend Mia, she is pretty.
Well, she's your coach.
Badass.
In a way, she's
Yeah.
coaching.
I mean, she
Some
like,
people who know what to do with the, you don't do the same
she
body
comes up with
parts.
the workouts, and
Right.
we do, like a whole her workout plan, and it's a lot of fun. And if I'm not on set by the time he's doing his next camp, I'll probably end up just doing that again, just
Excellent.
getting up at 5,
Excellent.
6 in the morning and
Yeah.
working out with our friends
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that I can focus
Best
on
time
my
in the
own
world.
stuff.
Best time in the world to work out. Oh
Yeah.
my- when you work out in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
nice workout, nice when you go home, you're hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to
It
eat.
forces you to eat. Yeah. And it's
oh,
good.
and if you eat the right stuff, your
Yeah.
body just feels. I always would work out, especially when I was retired and stuff. I'd work out in the morning, come home and have a big meal, right? Then I have to take a little nap, just a 30-minute
That's
nap.
what we would do.
Yeah, lay down.
That's what we did. Yeah.
Oh, and isn't it great?
Yeah.
And you get used to that. You want that nappy nap, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But boy, that's so cool. Now, do you guys lift together? Do you work out
Sometimes.
together? Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, like in the mornings, I would try to get up, but she has the easier time getting up early to work out, and then
Yeah, he has a hard time getting up in general.
yeah.
Well, what time you go to bed? I mean, you got to get at least 8.
Oh yeah. Well, I never have anything pressing, so I can get up whenever. But
Yeah. He struggles with his sleep schedule. I feel like he's always trying to get his sleep schedule on track, where I feel like he'll go like
forever trying to get it on
he
track.
is. I feel like for like a few days he'll be like great, and we're on like a great sleep schedule, and then he'll have like one night where he can't sleep
Yeah, yeah.
and forget it. The rest
usually-
the rest of the week is like
Mhm.
ruined.
It's usually boxing
Yeah.
related. So like, if like another YouTuber challenged me, like they called me out or something,
You're up
then
in your
I'm
head.
just like thinking like, oh, they
In
like
your
to throw
head.
this. What would I do? And then
Yeah.
sometimes like I'll fall asleep and like throw. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm
He
like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
He twitches in his sleep,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he literally like
Yeah.
throws in his sleep sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
Because it's
like,
in your
I
head.
go like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like going over just repetitive, and then I stay up for like hours just
Right.
imagining situations.
Because
and-
you're asleep, but you're not really asleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
But see, and that kills you. I mean, I have that a lot.
Yeah.
But I go on YouTube
Mhm.
and I found hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of hypnosis. Put it on. It's a 3-hour hypnosis.
Yeah.
And I put it right by my head.
Yeah.
We did that with rain. We
Yeah,
did with
we
rain.
Yeah,
do with
yeah, the
rain.
noise, the
Yeah.
noise, yeah.
You know tinnitus? Have you heard of that?
What's that? No.
You know the ringing in your ears sometimes when it's quiet, you can
Yeah.
just hear.
Yeah.
So I have.
Tinnitus.
Yeah,
Tinnitus.
tinnitus.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So I had that. So I went to a doctor and he was like, "Oh, let's figure it out." I was like, "All right." So he put me in this soundproof box, and I had headphones on, and then he would play certain frequencies,
Yeah.
like,
Right,
and then he'd
yeah.
be like, "Okay, which one matches what you hear in your head?" I'm like, "What?" So he would. He'd be like, "Okay, listen to the sound in your head
Right,
first," and so I listened to it, and then he's like, "Does it match this?" And he'll play something, and I'm like, "No, a little higher, no, a little," and then we found out that it's 8,000 hertz.
Oh.
So that's the sound frequency I hear at. So he was like, "Okay, so go on on Spotify and look up 8,000 hertz rain sounds, and it'll match the frequency that you hear,
Wow.
and it
So you don't
cancels
hear
out."
it, yeah.
That's cool.
So like she thought for the first like few months of our relationship, she thought it was just rain, and I was like, "No,
Yeah.
this is actually specific
Right,
frequency
right.
for my
Yeah.
hearing."
Yeah.
And so
And it
But I
doesn't
love
bother.
it,
It doesn't
'cause-
bother you.
No, I've always
just
slept
sounds like
with.
rain.
I've always slept with because you know how my parents are. They sleep with like really loud rain,
Yep.
and then I grew up sleeping with either a fan or some sort
Yeah,
of
yeah.
rain anyway. So yeah, it if anything, I
We,
love
we
it.
do the same thing. Well,
Yeah.
only because I snore, supposedly.
He snores too.
supposedly.
Supposedly.
That's what she said.
Every time I wake up, I don't hear myself
Oh
snoring.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
She says that I talk in my sleep too.
Oh yeah, he talks in his sleep a lot,
No, like one sentence a night.
a
Probably.
lot.
Well,
but like,
you know,
one sentence a night is a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
Lex, have the phone there and video him. Say,
Uh,
here you go,
I
kid.
talked back to him though, because for the longest time I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, because there were a couple points where he would be like having like full on conversations, and I'm like, is he asleep? Like, should I wake him up? Like, I don't know what to do. And he was like, no, like talk back to me. I'll probably answer. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
what?
Wow.
And he's like, yeah, just like respond to me.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll just respond
No.
to whatever he's
And
saying.
then to get
Yeah.
a right hook. Yeah. Oh, really?
What did I say last night?
Last night you said,
Oh.
I'm glad we're on the same page. And I was like, about what? And then you didn't respond.
Wow.
But I've had a couple of times where I've responded back to you and you've answered. There was one night he was like off the bed and being like, oh, somebody spilled something.
Wow.
And I was like, what did they spill? And you were like, I don't know, it's a mess.
Wow.
And he was off the bed, like pretending to clean something up.
So were you always like that? I mean, did the is that something you've always done as a kid?
I just have a very vivid imagination. So like,
wow, that's
sometimes
scary.
I'll have conversations with people in my dreams, and then I'll talk to them in real life, like we had that conversation, and they're like, "What are you talking about? That never happened." And I'm like,
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember another night we were in bed, and then I had a dream that there was like a giant snake in the bed. So I jumped up and ran across the room, and then I looked back at the bed, like about to grab the snake, and then she's like, "What are you doing?"
Scared the life out of
And
me.
I was like, "I thought there was a snake," and she was like, "What?"
It scared
I'm not
me
even
like-
scared of snakes.
The way that he jumped out of bed, you would have thought like I don't even know. It was he woke me up out of a dead sleep, and I was like, "What? What? What?"
I go from a dead sleep and then
Yeah.
boom, I jump up,
Yeah.
and then I had to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Now, do you what do you do before bed? Do you eat? You have a certain diet that you don't eat, or you do eat it? You know, because sometimes if you eat certain things, it triggers off. It will sugars, especially sugar. Or
She brings
coffee.
candy
Hey.
to my house, and I'm like,
I
"Don't
knew
bring
it.
it to my house."
I know.
You don't act like I'm the only culprit.
Most
You're
like
just
80% of the time, if
No,
there's
no, no, no,
candy in my house, it's because she brought it over.
No. But then I'm like, no, you're not allowed to eat my candy.
you
And
make
he'll be
him
like,
eat? Yeah.
oh, ooh,
Yeah.
and then he ends up eating my candy, and I'm like, no
Before
one's.
bed.
You act like I'm taking your hand and forcing
No,
it
well,
into the bag.
If it's
of
in the
candy.
house, I'll eat it. So as long as it's not in the house, I won't eat it. But
So
if-
blame her. Yeah, it's her
if
fault.
there's a
Yeah,
bag
yeah.
of gummy bears, I'm gonna eat it.
I have a sweet tooth. You've known this for
Yeah.
years and years and years. I get it from my dad. We have the worst sweet tooth
Yeah, yeah.
ever.
Yeah, yeah. Your
It's a
father
really
still,
bad.
yeah.
My dad still to this day.
Yeah.
I do
The,
too. My
Yeah, his-
dad too. Like
yeah.
I'm just really bad.
So do you see the difference when you do a lot of sugar before bed? Because that'll just zing you. Like if you were drinking coffee or something, or I like ice cream, chocolate chip ice cream. I'm wired.
Yeah.
I'm wired. I'm just like, because you got the sugar and you got the energy, and
You
it's
do chocolate before bed a lot.
yeah. So if you're
I don't know why I'm coughing so much.
yeah, it's just a dryness and stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
East Coast.
East Coast. Oh, we're gonna go there?
You said the East Coast is dry.
Well, you guys got nailed with something last week. Was it the earthquake? Were you around the earthquake, 6.8 or something?
Was
No,
it
I
earthquake?
wasn't there for that.
In
but
LA?
No, well, in California. I mean, they're all
There's
the same.
so many
thing.
earthquakes. Sometimes I'm laying in bed and you can just feel the whole house shake, like, but not big enough to like be on the news.
Yeah.
But you just
But
like,
you know
wow.
there was an earthquake, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little 3
Oh,
point
there's a
wave.
lot. There's like one almost every day, at least one
Oh,
almost
yeah.
every day in some part of California.
Well,
That's how
California's supposed to go right off into the ocean one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. San
working on
Andreas,
it.
right? San Andreas fault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually sitting on a fault that's, they say, worse than San Andreas. Boston,
Oh, really?
all the way up the coast.
much. Yeah.
They say it's worse, but it's not active.
Yeah. Ours is extremely active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Have
like
you
it.
felt one, Lex? Have you,
Yeah, I felt there was one really bad one, and I was by myself. That was a little scary. I was in a studio apartment at the time, and I just felt something start to shake, and I was just sitting on my bed, and I was like, oh, what is going on? And then like my mirror on my door started going like this, and so I darted over into my bathroom under the
all right, so that's what you do. You
the
go,
door.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I'm just like, whoa.
You're supposed to
Hey!
go.
Whatever happens is gonna happen. I'm just enjoying the ride.
I'm enjoying the ride. Yeah, yeah.
No, you're supposed to go under like some sort of like doorway or something like that, because that structure is supposed to be a little bit more like.
No,
it's
he
supposed
wants to
be
YouTube
stronger.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, look at it.
I used to live in downtown LA, and I was on the 32nd floor of this building, and I wasn't home, but my older brother was home, and there's like a chandelier in the living room, and he felt it. And when you're in a tall building like that, they're made to sway so they can
Oh,
absorb.
Jesus, I do
So like
crazy.
the
Wow.
building will go like
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's scary,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's just so it doesn't collapse.
Right.
And so he filmed the chandelier, and the chandelier was going like this,
Oh,
and
my
like even
God.
after the earthquake, the building was still
Just
going
keeps
for a
going.
while. And he filmed it on his phone, like Instagram story, and then all the news stories picked it up and put it on their channels,
that's
and he
pretty
was like,
cool.
"I'm on the news."
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you don't. I mean, you've been through a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think of
Yeah.
picking up the phone and doing the same? No.
Well, it usually doesn't last that long. I'm just
Yeah.
more like, ooh, this is an experience.
Yeah,
I think it takes you a minute to even realize that it's happening, and
Mhm.
by the time it's already like midway through, and then a few seconds later, it's
But aren't
done.
you supposed to run outside if you can? I mean,
If you can, but I mean, again, they don't last that long, so it's
So it
kind of
happens
like
that
the time
fast.
that it takes for you to get outside. By
Right.
the time you get out there, it's probably going to be over.
Yeah.
because all of a
So-
sudden, so it's like if we're sitting here and all of a sudden everything starts shaking, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I'd buckle for the door. I'd
I
grab
would
you.
probably, yeah. or
Well,
just
yeah,
under the
but
table.
usually, so everything starts shaking, and then I'm like,
You're trying to
"What?
figure
Wait.
it out.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
Is it an earthquake?
Yeah.
Oh, and then it's done.
And it's done. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's now. Where in California are both of you? If you can you say? I mean, I don't want
Yeah, we're like right outside of LA.
you right out of LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do go into LA a lot, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
travel
We're
inside?
practically, yeah. It's
Pretty
like,
much on the edge of LA, so we're
Yeah.
still there. But
yeah.
yeah.
I'm a little bit more central. I'm pretty much in LA. My apartment.
But she pretty much lives with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at his a lot.
So that's good. That's good. Because we get, you know what? How long you been out in California for? 6 years? 7?
10, almost. 10.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I moved out there when I was 17,
17.
going on 18, and
Oh
I'm
my
26,
God.
about to be 27 this year. So almost 10 years.
I've been out there for 8 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I remember you went with your mom,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden when she come home, I'm like, oh no, not
Yeah.
alone. I'd be scared to be out there
Yeah.
alone. You are a tough
I don't
girl.
know. I like it. I think like it's definitely made me grow up really fast.
Right.
And
Oh,
not
yeah.
not in a bad way, just in a
No.
way that I just like I've really learned to take care of myself and be responsible and extremely aware, and
Right,
I think I think it was really necessary for my growth, especially after my mom left. So it just forced me to kind of grow up and take care of myself, which
right.
is definitely a learning curve, but I love it now. I don't really see myself living anywhere else. Yeah.
Really?
No.
Now, is it's a whole cultural change. It's a different world compared to.
It is.
I mean, they say the speed. We're just fast up here,
Yeah.
but down there it's laid back a little more. No.
I don't know.
Depends what you
I don't
do,
really
or-
notice that necessarily.
Yeah.
I think it's more of like what I like about it is you could, be super indulged in the city life and then drive 45 minutes and you're in a really like, rural
okay. All right.
area.
Yeah,
So and you can drive an hour up north and you're hitting Big Bear and there's snow. So it's cool because you just kind of get a little bit of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's cool. I've gone surfing in the morning and then snowboarding at night before.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
Only 2-hour drive.
yeah.
Now you surf and snowboard
Mm-hmm.
and play basketball. I saw you playing
Yep.
basketball. What was that all about? That looked pretty cool. You're pretty good too. I said, look at this guy.
I know. I feel like I've always been like, people don't look at me and be like, oh, he's
He's an
athletic
athlete.
guy.
Yeah.
And then they see me like I'm always picked last in basketball, and then
Really?
they're always picking me first in the second game.
So,
Thank you.
So were you on a league at any point or in
No,
school? Or,
Filipino leagues.
Yeah.
I'm half Filipino, so I was always taller.
Yeah.
So nice.
What was the I saw you on YouTube or Instagram, and what was that? It was,
Oh, that's a.
It was like a
it
little
was a
event.
Filipino charity event.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
that
fun.
was a
It was
big
at the
thing.
Staples Center or the
Yeah.
Crypto Center.
All
now.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to go to like the Clippers game before, and we just
Get
got
on
to
the
like
floor.
watch the Clippers. He got to go on the floor and like do like the
Yeah, I saw
the
that.
t-shirt
Yeah, yeah.
throwing and everything like
Wow.
that. And I was
Mm-hmm.
just hanging out with his brother. We watched the game, and then directly after, they played on the actual court.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I saw that and I go, he's a basketball player.
Yeah.
Because you can play.
Oh yeah.
You're a good
That
basketball.
was like-
just the move I saw. I go, that kid can play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have any leagues now. But you don't have any time.
I do the charity leagues or like celebrity games.
Yeah.
Stuff, but
Okay.
I'm 32. My knees can't play
yeah,
like consistently.
he also can't get hurt,
Wait a
especially
minute,
with
wait a minute.
boxing
Wrist.
still.
32. I'm 67. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Hey, I'm 32. I'm ready for the pass. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Boy, that's good. You know what? Actually, even boxing, at 32, you're mature.
Mm-hmm.
You're not that you're seasoned, but you're mature. You're it's up here.
Mm-hmm.
Where even if you fought a young guy, you might be really good. It might be the same, but you have the maturity.
Mm-hmm.
You're waning. You're getting up there with Tom Brady and the rest of them, right? But not that fast. So you got a couple of good years left.
Well, it's
in
good that I don't have the wear and tear of a normal boxer.
That's
so
right.
For a YouTube boxer, it's like it doesn't really matter what age you start because
Right.
we don't have the wear and tear of the past.
Right.
So like
You
I
get
feel
beat up.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, you look at the nose. I broke this 3 or 4 times, 5 times. I mean, it's just in that type of game between martial arts and boxing. This is what takes the hit.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose that pretty little nose.
You gotta
Yeah, you
move,
better
yeah.
bob and weave. You
I
know.
think it's more of like I just worry about head.
My-
Like I just
my
like
hairline?
My hairline. See, the
no, just getting hit in the head. Like all it takes is like one punch to the wrong
Yeah.
spot, and like it,
yeah, but
you never know.
You can get out of your car and fall down in the ice. I mean,
I
it's true.
know.
I
That's
mean,
what I tell
but,
my
But
mom.
it's more
Yeah.
self-inflicted.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you can get injured in anything.
But it's more self-inflicted. You know, you're
Yeah.
gonna get hit in the face. You know, you're gonna be taking punches.
but
to
he's
your
not going
face.
to do. This is something maybe a couple more years
yeah.
tops.
Probably 1 or 2 years. Yeah.
Right. So it's not like you started when you were 10 and you went till you were 30.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Those are guys that have.
I remember
the problems.
Muhammad Ali. They said Muhammad Ali took at least 100,000 shots to the head in his whole
Yeah.
lifetime, sparring.
Yeah.
Never mind with just Joe Frazier.
Right.
You know Muhammad Ali. And that's why at the end he had the but imagine that many shots to the head
Oh.
and good shots to the head.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too that's a little bit less worrisome about YouTube boxing is like a lot of these guys aren't going to be, they're not going to be landing the same punches that, actual professional boxers are going to be
Right.
landing.
So it's a lot of celebrities that you'd be like the
Oh,
celebrities in their own
YouTubers,
way.
celebrities, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm dying to see this.
Oh yeah.
We'll end up over Jimmy's over Alexxis' father's house, and I'll watch that.
yeah, well, that was the initial plan when you were supposed to. I
Yeah.
ended up flying
Oh, yeah.
home because he was supposed to fight. He didn't want me in London, so I was like, fine, I'll go
remember that,
home.
yeah.
Because I wanted to just be with my
Yeah,
family.
because
during
we
that
planned on
time.
going over. I
Yeah.
remember we planned on going
Well,
over.
London. The only reason I didn't want her to come is because London is a rough crowd.
Yeah.
Like they
Oh,
were
no
like
joke.
egging me in the streets. They were like trying to like get into the hotel. They're trying to they're just a rowdy group.
Because their favorite is he's from.
Yeah,
oh,
but it's
wow.
different over there. Like I here, if you don't like somebody, you'd boo them. That's the worst you
Right,
would do.
right.
Over there, they'll look for you. They'll try to harass you, try to get you off your game. They'll throw eggs at you in the street. They'll just little kids
Yeah.
flipping you off in the
Did
streets.
you have bodyguards? Or,
I did,
you
but
know,
what can bodyguards
Doesn't
do against
matter.
eggs?
Yeah, and he just didn't want to worry about having to protect me.
Yeah.
And
then
he
I had to
wouldn't let
focus
his-
on fight week. I had to focus, and
Right.
I can't think, oh, is she okay? Oh, where's she at? I got to
Yeah.
make sure she's okay.
So you're still going to have to travel for the fight if you do fight, and you don't know where it's going to be. Like
Yeah.
when you do get your first fight,
Yeah.
you can't do it around the local area where you don't have to.
I
travel.
would, but it's just depending on where the event is. I have
Where
to
the
go to
event
it.
is.
Yeah.
And you do have people that you're looking at,
Mm-hmm.
right? You don't have to say, but you do have a few
Yeah.
that you're looking at, and they're looking at you, and there's a lot of talking going on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
Well,
cool.
I'm not really like a beef
Talker,
talking kind of
yeah.
guy.
No, I know. Yeah.
I'm more like, I just want to compete. Like,
No, I know. I'm talking about managers or whoever's putting
yeah,
the
yeah,
fights
yeah.
together, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talking going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they hate that he's not someone that lives for the beef, though. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people try to stir it up with him, and then they get mad because they can't get under his skin
Yeah,
because
don't
he's
let
like,
him.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just want to
I
box.
just wanna fight you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, anything that needs to be said will be settled in the ring. So
That's
like,
right.
yeah, and
Yeah.
people hate that because they just
Yeah.
really can't get under his skin.
But and if they take it to the next level and they want to be complete maniacs and
Mm-hmm.
everyone watches that. So then when you do beat them,
Yeah.
if you do beat them, people are so happy. The underdog or the guy
Yeah.
who is humble.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
humbleness.
Yeah.
I always did.
Yeah.
Although Muhammad Ali brought things to another level, but he brought boxing to where it was.
Yeah.
I'm the greatest. But he just, no one knew that. No one ever did that before.
Yeah.
But that's all done. Everyone's done that thing. So when you're real cocky,
Yeah.
especially in the ring when they're giving you the fade, and you beat them,
Yeah.
people are so happy.
I think it's different
Oh,
when you
yeah.
back it up, though, because
Gotta back
there
it
is a
up.
line between being cocky and being confident and knowing, what you can do.
Right.
And, I think
Yeah.
a lot of people
Just
get a little carried away and then they lose and then they've got to, tuck their tail between their legs.
That's the tucking the
because
tail between
they've
the
been
legs.
So, they've been
That's
so
right.
vocal.
Yeah. Yeah. So stay humble. It's the greatest thing. And you've got your whole life ahead of you. You don't need, you're just having some fun. And it's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Just having some fun. That's why, we'll tell everybody where they can find you guys. But once I watch you guys, I'm like, Look at the fun there. I'm at work. Look at they having a ball. What was the thing? You had a penthouse at a concert recently.
Oh, we went to the Staples Center for Post Malone.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was
Wow.
the one. Yeah, it was.
Holy
fun.
macaroni, that was nice. Yeah. The whole penthouse was up there. Now, could you stay up there for the whole night, or
Yeah.
that was just like a suite?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a suite, a little box suite.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime hooked us up with that. So
That
they
is
had a
cool.
bunch of influencers in the box. And
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's on YouTube, right? Yeah, I saw, was it Instagram? I'm forgetting more. I haven't been watching you too much on YouTube, and I didn't know. So now that I do know, it'll be the YouTube thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's been the Instagram.
Yeah, I
and
mean, a
TikTok.
lot of the stuff that he posts on YouTube, he'll put on his Instagram, and then I'll repost it if I'm in it or whatever.
Right.
So whatever your link you're clicking, you're probably getting redirected to his YouTube. So it's kind of the same thing. But
Right. Okay,
But yeah,
yeah.
if you want to watch something like directly, yeah.
Because like I say with her, there's 8 million Alexxis blah, blah, blah out there.
Yeah.
And I know, and I'll follow her again this year.
Yeah.
And it ain't her. But you'd swear
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah.
So you must be the same thing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I got Alex. No,
Yeah.
I don't have Alex.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But it's a fan club.
Yeah.
Or it's someone who
Yeah.
is really. Yeah.
you
Is
just got to
that-
look for that check.
Yeah, you just got to
If we
look
got
for
What
the
check are we talking
So
about?
there's-
It just means you're official. It just
Yeah.
means
No, but I know, but what does it look like?
it's a little blue check.
Blue, so
Pull it up, yeah.
All right, so there's a little
You can see.
dot. There's
So it's just literally, so when you click the profile,
yeah.
you see right there, he's
little
got a
blue
check
check.
Okay,
mark.
so that means it's you.
That means you're verified.
Like nobody can have that
Nobody
unless
can
it's
have
really
it.
you. So
Yeah.
there's like 100 different Alexes or fake accounts, but
Right.
that's the main.
And
That's his.
Now that's Instagram?
And on
Instagram
Twitter as well.
they have
Yeah.
the check mark as
All right,
well.
what about YouTube? No? Or is it YouTube? Nobody's on YouTube but you.
You can't like copy.
On YouTube.
Yeah, you can't really
pages.
copy. Yeah,
YouTube.
because they can go to the videos and be like, oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, and you guys are so into it. You guys know these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because you grew up with them.
Yeah.
They were forced down our throat.
Yeah.
Not that I could live without it, because I can't live without it.
Yeah.
That phone's in front of me all the time.
Yeah.
Especially, and you know, it's it's so much fun when I'm watching. And like I said, both of you got to get. You're already doing it, getting together, but
Yeah.
getting to a movie together, or
I
even
know.
a show or something.
Yeah. It'd be a lot of fun.
And you still have an agent
Yeah.
that's constantly moving.
Agent, manager, yeah.
Same-
I've had the
same
same
one you've had
agent.
all the time.
Yeah, for
And you've
years.
done well.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah.
He's a shark. He fights
You,
tooth and nail for me.
So you were in. Say some of the movies that you were in, so people can watch it if they want to get it on a
Yeah, the half of it, Truth or Dare, both of those are on Netflix. Torn Hearts is on Amazon Prime.
right.
Yeah, those are like the main three.
Yeah, but
you
you-
don't want to watch anything else.
They're all great.
Yeah, I mean, no, The Other Mother was great too. That was like the first film I
Yeah,
ever did.
I thought that-
yeah.
And
But
there's
those are like the main three though that like
Yeah.
are a little bit more recent and a
Yeah.
little bit more
Yeah.
relevant to who I am now.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I mean, we're talking years ago when you first started out. That you were pounding down a couple of movies here and there.
Yeah,
Like,
I did it. And I did a film for Lifetime called Art of Murder, and the
Right.
director Alex Merkin. I mean, he's done phenomenal things, and we're really great friends.
Right,
And
yeah.
hoping to work together in the future with him too.
Right,
So he's really great, and that was a lot of fun. That was like my first time actually leading a film and being number one. Like I was
Right.
number one on the
That's
call
right,
sheet, which
right.
is
I remember that. Yeah,
so interesting, and especially because I had a lot the whole cast was a lot older than me. So.
yeah.
I got made fun of a little bit.
Oh, really?
And,
As a kid?
and in good spirits, yeah. They'd be like, "Oh, look, it's number one coming," because I was young, So they just, they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to pick on me a
Yeah.
little bit.
Well,
But
they-
so,
yeah.
that was pretty cool. I was like, yeah,
Well,
first
like
time leading a film.
as they say, you have the sense of humor, and you
Yeah.
can living with your father. You better have that sense of
Oh
humor.
yeah, oh yeah.
What do
They'd
you
be like,
mean,
"Oh, here
Alex?
comes number one," and I'd be like, "Don't you forget it."
oh yeah. You want to give me any tips on the family?
Huh?
any advice on how to approach
Just
them?
when you meet Jimmy, just say yes, Mr. Lemire, no, Mr. Lemire. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
dude.
All right.
No, you know what?
No, he's
He-
he's
the greatest.
all talk.
He's the
He's a
greatest.
big teddy bear.
Her father is, and that's my son, is probably pound for pound one of the toughest guys I've ever known. Work-wise, fighting-wise. I mean, he's a New England champion in Taekwondo when he was younger. New England champion. Boxing. Every time he boxes, I just see people laying on the ground. But he waned away from that. He's not doing it anymore,
No,
right?
he's just got like this natural brute strength. It's like something I've never seen
Never
before.
seen it, no.
I mean, even yesterday, like we went to go get a Christmas tree,
I
and
saw
I
it,
swear he
yeah.
just took it by one hand and was just like,
Held it up here.
and I was like,
So-
what are you
Just-
doing?
And he walked the whole parking lot like that. Yeah.
So in his prime of fighting and your prime, who would win?
Oh, I would
Ooh.
definitely. I would definitely.
Wait. So
You know-
what's like the belt you have? You have some sort of title, right? That's like the craziest title that you can have in Taekwondo, right? Aren't you like really like?
No, I'm a
what's-
grandmaster, ninth degree grandmaster. You can't get any higher.
You
than
can't
that.
get any higher.
That's as
Yeah,
high as,
that's crazy.
But I mean, I started when I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And it's over 50 something
I
years.
know.
And when
did
I
you get
trained,
that?
huh?
When did you become grandmaster? After 16? So what?
No, you get first degree, second degree.
Yeah.
It takes
So
years.
how old
and
are you when you got it?
Grandmaster, I think I was in my mid 50s.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's the highest you can get, right? Because it takes
Yeah.
takes years and years. And I was with probably the greatest grandmaster in Taekwondo, Grandmaster Mo Young Lee. He died a couple of years ago, but he was phenomenal, and he just took me under his wing. And
So who ranks you? Like, how do you like move up in
you
the
have to
ranks?
you
Like,
have
how
to
does
take-
that work?
You have to take a test.
Yeah.
In the World Taekwondo Federation.
Oh wow.
I belong to a couple of federations, and you have to take a test and pass certain things and write a paper.
Yeah.
I've written probably 9 papers or
Yeah.
theses.
Yeah.
All right, like you'd have to do in college, whatever, and on how you can improve the art or how you can improve. And every one I did was on energy.
Yeah.
How can I improve energy on my body and yours?
Yeah.
And I'm 67. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. So
I mean, I remember like we would go up to camp up north, and 6 a.m. those guys
always working
lifting
on it,
weights,
every day.
like working out. Yeah, you've always been
It's
that way.
addiction. It's an addiction. And when you don't do it,
Yeah.
you say it take a couple of days off.
Yeah.
You're probably getting there now, and I know you have if
Yeah.
you're a boxer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to box and you're going to fight, you take one day off and you go, I've
Oh,
just
yeah.
lost it all.
Oh, yeah.
There's no.
We
that's
struggle.
So true.
Yeah.
I'll be like training really hard like all week, and then I take one day off, and I'm like, I feel like I haven't worked out forever.
I feel like I have to
Behind.
force
I gotta-
him to take a break, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't,
you
that's,
can overtrain.
that's what my
Yeah.
coaches say. They say
Yeah.
that's my biggest problem is
Yeah.
I
Right.
get injured quite often because I just keep going. And
That's
keep
right.
Going, and
That's right. Yeah.
they're like, yo, you gotta like learn to like relax.
Or he'll be like,
to
"Oh,
build
I'm taking
to
the day
build up
off."
again.
Yeah.
To build up again, because
Yeah.
if you don't, you're breaking down your body all the
Yeah.
time. I did that for years because I wouldn't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
And I would train, and by the time it's time to fight, I felt weak.
Yeah.
And I had to eat so much to keep the weight up
Yeah.
Right.
for my weight class.
Yeah.
I'm 170 now. I fought at 135s.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Imagine that
Yeah.
much weight less, because I'm not a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
135. But I made sure, because I tried to fight at 145, 150. The guy was a giant.
Yeah.
I swear he was 200 pounds. But he wasn't. He was just, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't want to go with that big guy, the big brute.
No.
You want to be the guy.
Yeah.
I'm the big guy,
Yeah.
or a guy that's equal to you,
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. It does have some sort of effect on fights. Like when you're fighting someone that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
naturally that much bigger than you, they have an advantage. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care how great you are,
They do, and you're right there. But sometimes they don't have the speed. Or if they're much bigger than you and they're not as in shape, it's a hindrance to them.
It can be, but I think
But it's all
there's
everyone's
still,
different.
yeah,
Everyone's different,
yeah.
and it's different circumstances to every fight, But now, when you're gonna fight someone, or say today you knew who you're gonna fight in a month, what they give you, a month, 2 months to train,
3 months.
3 months to train. That's beautiful. Do you watch films and stuff? Do you try
Well,
to?
it's hard because we're all celebrity boxers, so a lot of us don't have that much footage. And if I'm fighting somebody that had a fight a year ago,
Yeah.
they don't look like they did that year ago
Right.
because they're not. They're like we're at the beginning. You
Right. Oh yeah.
you grow so much.
Right.
And then if you've been doing it for like 15 years, you'll probably look similar than you did a year ago.
Right.
But here we look completely different, so you
Okay.
never know.
Right.
It's kind of a gamble, but
But you do watch. You do watch
Yeah.
the films,
Oh,
because
yeah.
a lot of times you'll see the jab that they like and how they follow
Exactly,
it up,
yeah.
and then that's coming after.
yeah,
You
like,
know.
oh, he tends to do this, even if like he trains another way, his instinct is to do this, so he's
Right.
gonna do that when
Right.
he gets pressured.
Right. Especially when you give them a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And things start getting crazy.
Yeah.
So what's your do you you go you're not a southpaw, you're righty,
Orthodox, yeah.
right? So stay with a jab, move around, or are you going right
yeah,
after?
I think
Not that you want to give anything away, because
Yeah.
you can lie. You can lie. And go ahead.
my biggest people point out with my boxing compared to the other YouTube boxers is they say I jab a lot. They're like, man, he just
That's
jabs
good.
so much. He'll do one jab, double jab, triple jab.
Yeah.
He'll move around and just jab, jab, jab. Like
In their face.
Like
yeah.
75% of the punches I throw in a fight is a jab.
That's excellent.
Probably.
Yeah. And
I
it's
just
not
like it.
killing you.
Yeah.
You're not throwing wild punches.
Yeah.
And you're setting up.
Yeah,
So all of a
setting
sudden,
up,
when you
yeah.
do hit him with a good jab,
Yeah.
you're hitting him with that right.
I'm checking the distance and just like a lot of hand fighting to
Right.
like get them
Yeah.
blind them.
Right.
I'll frame a lot or like
Right.
yeah. So I use my left. At first, I feel like every YouTube boxer at the beginning they just want to be like as hard as they can with their strong hand, but I've learned to get away from that and like.
Just a waste of energy.
Let them waste their energy.
Yeah.
If
it's a
they
waste
A
of
lot of
energy.
times, other YouTubers that want to get into boxing, they'll come to my gym because they know I box there, and they're like, "Hey, can you help us?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah." And everybody's main problem is trying to load up on every shot because they're like, throwing.
No,
I'm
no.
like, "Yo,
Yeah.
man, like maybe 1 out of every 4, like,
Yeah.
because I'll do like jab,
Yeah.
jab, hook, and that's
Yeah.
all just touch, like tapping to confuse
Right.
them in one big
That's
hit."
right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just cool learning. The whole reason I started boxing is to protect my family and friends and my future family.
Yeah.
I just want to because none of my friends fight.
Right.
Nobody in my family fights. I
Right.
was like, somebody's got to learn.
Yeah.
And then it just grew into the opportunities I've
It's just
been able
so
to
much-
get.
It's fun.
It's so cool to watch though. Like I watched him the other day when he was just, practicing or whatever, and I was just like, wow. Like I know that he's really good, but
Right.
I'm not really there like seeing it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
seeing it like firsthand, I'm like, oh, he can protect me.
See, I saw I forget where I saw you and you hitting the pads, and I went, he's got it together. You had a good combination going there with a lot of power, speed, and your body's moving around. That's if you ever see a novice fight, a guy walking in the ring that has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
There's no movement.
Yeah.
You've got to have the relaxation, and that's by doing it a million
Yeah.
times. Million
Repetition.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look back at when I first hit mitts. Like I started fight training like a year ago, but I was hitting mitts and like boxing fitness stuff
Right.
for like 4 years. So I look back at like 4 years ago when I first started. I'm like, whoa, I sucked, but I felt like I was really good back then.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like,
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
post this. I killed it. And I look back, I'm like, I can't believe I even posted that.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good because you have the confidence.
Yeah.
And you had confidence and keep it going.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden you realize I'm bad at this. You say, I'm done. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's hard because like it's perspective. Because like I'm never gonna be the greatest boxer ever, but in my field, I'm pretty good
Yeah.
out of the boxers I box with.
Right.
But then there's
And-
grandmasters that I'll never be able to compete with.
But then you're gonna make a couple of bucks on it, right? You do make a few dollars on,
Oh, yeah.
on the YouTube fights
a couple.
and have some fun. Yeah, a couple. He gives me the look, you rat fake. I'm coming out of retirement.
I'm
That's it.
calling you a rat pink. He used to call me a rat pink growing up so
Oh,
much.
well, everyone's a rat
You're
fake.
a rat pink.
Yeah, like I say, at my age, I've got some things I want to do with documentaries and stuff, and it's old fighters
Yeah.
that I fought back 35 years ago.
Yeah.
I want to get them together and do a little documentary on how old guys are fighting
Yeah,
after.
that'd be cool.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I keep doing it, but something happens, like
Yeah.
COVID. I was retired, when I was 62, 5 years ago. So I had a lot of time, and I'm
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
doing stuff. Then I got my full-time job back, or another full-time job. Then COVID hits,
Right.
and then Diane went through her operation. So everything was just hitting me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got no time
It's a
for,
lot.
to train. Because
Right.
I'm not doing it if I'm not trained. You got to be in top shape. You know that. Or you lose, or you don't look good. You got to look good.
Yeah. The tough thing with YouTube boxers is like when you're boxing, sometimes they're so confident and they get in, they don't know what to do. They start running, and then we both look bad because he's running.
Yeah,
Right.
I only know
yeah.
how to fight somebody that's coming at me. Like if you're
Right.
running away, I'm like, wait, come back, come
Wait,
back.
come
Like,
back, come back.
Wait,
I
why are
won't
you
hit-
running?
I'm not gonna hit you. Come here.
Why are you running?
I won't hit you hard.
That's
yeah.
so funny.
Well, I got to wrap up, man. I'll tell you, that was a quick hour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quick. I had so much fun. Hey, you'll be coming back again because you got to keep visiting us
Yeah.
and mom and dad and stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do it again.
Okay.
I appreciate it, Alex. I wanted to do a Taekwondo show with you. All right.
Okay.
And no,
What does that mean? Like we train?
No, it's in the other room, and I do a half-hour show every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's Taekwondo. But I grab people from every type of sport on how it's all the same. Balance and getting
Basics, yeah.
basics, and where I boxed before. So I was going to hold some pads, have you show me a couple of them. But I'm talking to Lex, and you're just getting off a plane.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna do a show. Now
Yeah.
you got, and I'm
That's
saying,
I
yo,
told him maybe another time.
how selfish.
We only
is
got
it?
a whole week. We can do it later.
Well, no,
then-
they're on vacation next week. Here. So,
all week.
Yeah.
We leave on the 28th.
Well, next time we come back.
Next time you
Yeah.
come back, we're gonna plan on it. It's a half-hour show.
Okay.
It goes like that. This
Yeah.
hour went like nothing,
Yeah.
and it's just good moves. And then you'll already probably have a fight or two behind you, and you'll be
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for a fight or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll be back here at some point.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much,
Okay.
guys.
Thanks
That's
for
so
having us.
much fun.
Of course.
And it's Christmas. It's 2 more days for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for listening to the show. Till next time, have fun and train hard.